the distance between us has begun to weigh heavily on my mental health, and every day without you seems to deepen a void that neither of us anticipated. I have noticed that even the briefest moments apart leave me feeling incomplete, and I know that you, too, feel the sting of our separation. It is as if every second away from each other creates a chasm that only grows wider with time, leaving us both in a state of longing and despair. I see in you a struggle to cope with this loneliness, a profound need to be near me that intensifies with every passing moment, even as it brings with it a profound awareness of the pain we are both enduring. Your constant distress over our separation has not only affected you but has also seeped into my life, creating a ripple effect of emotional turmoil. I recognize the remorse in your eyes and the self-consciousness that now colors your every interaction. You have come to understand that the overwhelming emotions you experience are not isolated to your own inner world, they reach out and affect me, deepening the pain that I feel each day. This realization, though painful, has also opened the door for you to acknowledge some of the more troubling aspects of our relationship. I know you have recognized that, in your desperate attempts to keep us together, you sometimes resorted to behaviors that were both controlling and manipulative. In your efforts to cling to what we once had, you inadvertently created barriers that now stand between us. You have admitted, with a heavy heart, that these actions have harmed us both, and it is clear that you wish to step back from these patterns, to resign the unhealthy dynamics that have tainted our connection. One of the most crucial steps toward healing is for you to stop the silent treatment, which, while perhaps intended to convey your feelings, has only deepened the chasm between us and compounded the emotional pain. Despite these acknowledgments and your active attempts at making amends, I remain uncertain about the future of our communication. The unpredictability of our interactions, which once offered the promise of a shared future, now leaves me questioning whether we can ever truly bridge the distance that has grown between us. This uncertainty is compounded by a persistent, troubling thought that has haunted me lately, a suspicion that you might have initiated a relationship with someone else. The intensity with which you once pursued our connection has diminished, leaving me to wonder if you have found solace or a new attachment elsewhere. I do not wish to dwell on these suspicions, yet they loom large in my mind, casting shadows over the remnants of our shared memories. At times, it feels as though you are present everywhere and nowhere simultaneously. You appear in every thought, every dream, and every quiet moment of reflection, making it impossible for me to escape the impact of your absence. This constant mental presence leaves me feeling both comforted and tormented, as I struggle to discern whether I am clinging to a cherished memory or to the possibility of a future that now seems increasingly uncertain. I sometimes question my own sanity in the wake of these conflicting emotions, caught between the desire to hold on to what we once had and the fear that I am witnessing its slow dissolution. Yet, even amidst these doubts and the painful uncertainty, the thought of reconnecting with you remains a powerful force in my life. My heart, resilient in its longing, keeps steering me toward the hope of renewal. The bond we share is something I have never taken for granted, and the very idea of risking the loss of your presence in my life fills me with dread. You have always been, and continue to be, the most valuable person in my life, a beacon of light amid the darkness of my inner struggles. The memories of our laughter, our quiet moments together, and the unspoken understanding between us are treasures I hold close, and the prospect of losing them is a risk I am not willing to accept lightly. In the coming days, I intend to reach out to you in the hope that we can begin to mend the fractures that have formed between us. I yearn for the opportunity to bridge this gap, not with grand declarations or empty promises, but with honest communication and a shared commitment to overcoming our past mistakes. I believe that if we both take the time to reflect on the moments that once brought us together, we might find a way to recapture the essence of what made our connection so special. I am aware that the road to healing will not be easy. Both of us carry the weight of our regrets and the scars of actions taken in moments of desperation and fear. However, I also believe that these very challenges hold the potential for growth and transformation if we are willing to confront them with honesty and compassion. Our relationship has been defined by passion and pain in equal measure, and it is in the balance of these forces that I see the possibility for a new beginning, one in which we learn from our past and build a future founded on trust, respect, and genuine care. As I write these words, my mind is a tumult of emotions, a blend of hope, sorrow, and a deep, abiding love that continues to defy the distance between us. I ask you to reflect on the shared moments of joy and the deep connection that, despite everything, remains the core of who we are. Let us use this time of introspection as a chance to understand the roots of our pain and to explore the possibility of rekindling the bond that has sustained us through so many trials. I wish for us both to move forward with a renewed commitment to truth and understanding. I do not claim to have all the answers, nor do I expect that the resolution of our issues will be immediate. But I remain hopeful that one day, we can find our way back to each other, stronger, wiser, and more compassionate than before. Until that day comes, know that you are constantly in my thoughts, and I hold on to the hope that our paths will converge once more. The road ahead is undeniably tough, yet because of you, I have chosen to face it with courage and conviction. Your presence in my life has ignited a spark that compels me to follow my heart, regardless of the opinions and doubts of others. In a world where many voices clamor for my attention, I have learned to trust the quiet truth within me, a truth that speaks of a love so profound it reshapes my entire existence. I am waiting patiently for the right moment to act on these growing feelings, a moment when my love can be expressed without hesitation or fear. I must confess that I have taken you for granted in the past, and the regret that accompanies this realization is overwhelming. Since you disappeared from my life, each day has felt like a void where nothing can fill the emptiness you left behind. I miss you deeply, not just in the physical sense, but in the way your laughter, your gentle smile, and your compassionate words used to bring warmth and meaning to every moment we shared. The absence of your light has made the days feel longer and the nights infinitely colder, leaving me to wander through a life that suddenly seems devoid of color. Every day, I find myself revisiting the memories of our time together, scrolling through your pictures, rereading our old messages, and reliving every shared smile and tear. These memories, though bittersweet, serve as a constant reminder of the profound impact you have had on my life. They also highlight the mistakes I made, mistakes that cost me the most precious thing I have ever known. I realize now that my actions have hurt you deeply, and for that, I offer my sincerest apologies. It feels as if the universe itself is urging me to pay the price for my shortcomings, a price that underscores just how invaluable you are to me. I stand before you, vulnerable yet determined, compelled to express my truth even though it makes me nervous. There is a raw, unfiltered honesty in my heart that insists on being shared, a truth that reveals not only my regrets but also the profound respect and admiration I have for you. I hope that you can understand how much you mean to me, how every beat of my heart echoes your name and how every thought is intertwined with memories of us. I am painfully aware of the obligations I failed to fulfill and the promises I broke, and I am determined to make amends in any way I can. My desire is simple yet profound. I want nothing more than to be your partner, your confidant, and someday, your husband. I long for the day when I can look into your eyes and show you that the love I feel for you is enduring and true. I yearn for the opportunity to rebuild the trust that was once the cornerstone of our relationship, to mend the fissures that my actions have caused. I promise to be there for you whenever you need me, to be the support that you once so selflessly provided to me. I want to share in your joys and be the solace in your sorrows, ensuring that you never feel alone or unloved. I have come to realize that every moment spent away from you has been a lesson in the importance of your love. You have been my guiding light in times of despair, the steady hand that pulled me from the depths of hopelessness. It is this unwavering support that has shown me the true meaning of love: unconditional, forgiving, and resilient. I am ready to embrace these lessons fully, to learn from my past and to become the person you deserve. Though I am not perfect, my commitment to improving myself is as constant as the rising sun, and my love for you is the driving force behind every step I take toward redemption. As I write these words, I cannot help but be reminded of the countless ways in which you have enriched my life. Every corner of my world is illuminated by memories of our shared experiences, each one a testament to the beautiful bond we once nurtured. Whether it is a familiar melody that stirs the echoes of our laughter or a place we visited that still holds the whisper of your voice, I am constantly drawn back to you. No matter where life leads me, I always find my way back to the realization that you are an irreplaceable part of my soul. I implore you to consider granting our love another chance, a chance to rise above the mistakes of the past and to create a future built on trust, understanding, and unyielding passion. I ask you to open your heart to me once again, to lower your defenses, and to allow the possibility of healing to take root. I stand before you, both humbled and hopeful, ready to devote every ounce of my being to making amends and rekindling the flame that once burned so brightly between us. In every moment of solitude, I have learned that my greatest strength comes from my vulnerability, the willingness to admit my faults and to embrace the possibility of change. My love for you is not fleeting or conditional, it is a promise etched into the very fabric of my being. You will always be my queen, my world, and the love that sustains me through every trial. I cannot fathom a future without you by my side, and I am determined to do whatever it takes to ensure that we are never apart again. Please, my love, let us rise above the past and step into a future where our hearts beat as one. I promise to cherish, respect, and honor you every day of my life. I pray that you can find it in your heart to forgive me, to accept my sincerest apologies, and to give our love the second chance it so desperately deserves.